And welcome back to Crypto Hulk. It's September 7th. And oh my God, we got two shows tonight. I'm telling you. This stuff, this news is coming up. This is like the same stuff that we're studying about Russia is in the news today. Okay. I'm deep diving a Russian report that was written probably 2 years ago. And at the same time, I'm relaying it to you. Russia said something very startling today. You need to hear it. Very important. So welcome back again. Let me start off with the disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor or a crypto advisor at all. I don't know anything about law. And like everything on the show is a complete lie. It's my opinion only. There's no truth to it. Don't do anything I tell you. Always do what's legal. Don't interpret anything I say to do anything illegal. So with that, let me talk about what we're going to go over. The open program, we're going to continue on the Russian study that was done. What Russia did is they studied what the West was doing, or let's say the rest of the world with crypto. A couple years ago in 2020, the Russians came out with a report, and they've probably been studying this for 4 years or more before that. So the Russians had to they had to first study everything that's going on, and then they eventually made their own blockchain, which I won't get into now because I want you to watch it in the story, the news article. But what I will do just for today is I'm going to take apart just the title. I'm going to take a title of what we're going to talk about in the members only show and tell you about it in the open show. Okay. I'm not going to go over this article in the open show. We're going to stick to the Russian deep dive investigation stuff. Yeah, it's getting serious, says Kevin. Oh, you have no idea. It's getting really, really serious. I honestly feel 4 to 8 months at the absolute most, and crypto will be taken off. I was talking to somebody who's pretty sharp in crypto, and if I have to drink some water because it's been like 100 today. And I don't got the AC that low because this is crazy. So in California, they want you to go green and all this stuff, right, for electric cars. But we can't use that much electricity in California because we're going to blow out the power grid. Does any of this make sense? How the fuck are we going to charge our cars on a hot day? We can't. Does this make any sense? So they want us to keep the thermostats at like 80. Are you fucking kidding me? That's one of the things. They charge you more for electricity, like double or triple if it's between 5 and 9 p.m., but yet we're supposed to plug our electric cars in to charge them. So I guess what we'll do is turn off the air conditioner so we can charge our cars, right? See what I'm saying? This is so fucking backwards in California and the world. They don't even have a solution for solar and shit or whatever, all this stuff. What are we going to do in 10, 20 years when we have a gazillion solar panels with probably all kinds of toxic metals and shit in them? How are we going to get rid of that? I don't know. That's another story, okay? I haven't solved that problem yet. I'm still working on the crypto, all right? Just had to vent. Mitchell Walsh, welcome to the live stream. Yes. Welcome here. You've got a great program to learn from. One article I'm going to go over, just the topic, not going over the article. Now, in the members only show later, we're going over this article. Here's so what we're going to talk about now, before I read you this topic, is today's show for the open show is going to be about Russia and how they're working on, as they said 2 years ago, on crypto. The Russians have came out already, said crypto's bad. it's going to threaten the monetary system, blah, blah, blah. But all of a sudden today, listen to this title: Newsflash, Russia looking to legalize crypto payments. What? Oh, yeah. According to Deputy Finance Minister. Well, isn't that something? You got the Bank of Russia giving it a thumbs up, and the ministry guy, the Russian state-owned news agency. Now all of a sudden, remember how I told you? Remember, 2.5 years I've been telling you. They're going to say this: crypto bad, crypto bad, crypto bad. Then right near the end, all the countries in the world are going to start saying crypto good, crypto good. Haven't I been saying that for 2.5 years? If you've been watching me for 2.5 years, you know damn well I've been saying that shit. And it's all coming true, just like I told you. 99% of all the shit that I've been saying is coming true as we see it, okay? So you're in the right place. You're making a smart investment in watching this program and learning, all right? Crypto good, 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 says Paul Rados. Let's get into your news article today. Let's call it your deep dive. So we got to start school. I didn't have as much time to do a meet and greet. I'll do that on the second program. Hunar is here. Hello, Hunar Halez. Hunar Halez. Sean W. Prophet. Oh, interesting. Been following you for over a year. Every show he stresses it. Yeah. Anyhow, I don't need to toot my own horn because it's the loudest horn on YouTube. Here we go. Oh, let me give you the link of the Russian report. It's a Russian. So Russians are here, and they're here to dominate world sport in all different aspects. Hold on. Okay, so there's the link to the article. If you actually want to see the article, scroll down to where it says download PDF, click on that, and then you'll see the page numbers and the topics that correspond. Cabbage rolls and vodka. Oh, man. Ugh. Okay, I'm going to start. Okay. Looks like we're on page 4. What the Russians did is they studied the different projects that were done in the West and the rest of the world. One of the projects was called the Jasper Project. Let me look here. Refresh my memory. Give me uno momento. Okay, on page 2 of this 7-page report that the Russians produced, the 7 pages. You got the Jasper Project. Then we talked about the Stella Project, which I'm telling you, it's stellar. Okay. Now we go to the Bank of England project. So the Russians studied that. Let's see what they found. The Bank of England was also involved in the using of the, Bank of England, by the way, Rebel partner. Just saying, not a big deal, right? The Bank of England was also involved in the using of the interledger to make payments in different currencies. Oh, so a digital exchange. Yes. Something that the Russians don't have in their blockchain. So the reason the X cryptos, the payment ones, are so good, XRP, XLM, and XTC, is because they have digital exchanges in it. You don't need to keep the currency. If the Russians are sending you rubles, you can block that shit and have it turned into dollars. Their exchange cannot do that, okay? So if you trade with them, you've got to pay them in rubles, and then whatever, they'll pay you back or buy your shit in rubles as well. Not going to work for most of the world, all right? using the interledger to make payments in different currencies in different payment systems. So not only can, we'll just say, the XRP ledger, the XDC ledger, the XLM ledger, not only can these ledgers convert money, they can also pay on different platforms as well. Okay, that's why they're called interledger protocols. Look that one up. The Russians can't do that. All right, that we know of. The interledger can identify problems with payment synchronization. Other ones can't do that. And guess what? The Bank of England found they got an A plus. It passed. Okay. See, they all know this crypto stuff works. All right. Swift launched back then what's called Swift GPI, Global Payments Initiative. Now, just to let you know, Swift has been mixed up in all of this. Don't let it seem like, oh, Ripple's going to slay the Swift dragon. I'll bet you what, maybe even Swift stays around, okay? Because they're going to adopt the XRP ledger into their way of doing business. Maybe it doesn't go anywhere at all. But Swift's right there, updating this, updating that. A lot of times, Brad and Garland House will, they'll kind of say they want to replace, I don't know exactly replace Swift, but Swift is going to somehow utilize all the XRP ledger functioning. I don't think they're going anywhere. And I got a problem here with this tooth. It's killing me. I'm going to have to go to emergency dentist tomorrow. Shit's giving me a headache. I had dental work done, and I think they're going to have to do a root canal because, yeah, it's just really not cool. Bad pain right now. The pain is killing me. Let's see, page 4. Now we're on page 4. Swift has been involved in all of this. Swift was faced with the fact that blockchain tech should be used globally by all banks making payments through the system. This will be different. This will be difficult to implement. And here's what they say. Here's why all this hasn't happened right now. Significant investments will be required to implement all this blockchain stuff, okay? Significant investments. So some countries at first, they're poor. Philippines, probably Vietnam. I don't know. These other countries are poor, Mexico and shit. They've now got to come up with the money to try to do all this conversion stuff. That's one of the reasons why it's taking so long. The other reason is a lot of the people at the top are going to lose power. That's another reason. Crypto, why is this taking so long? Well, there's a cost factor. You've got to scrap. I mean, think about Swift. All the whales and shit that run Swift, now they're going to have more competitors. You're inviting more people to the party. They've got new advanced toys that you don't have. The new money is going to shoot right up. The old money doesn't want it. See? So there's a struggle. That's why this shit's taking so long, all right? There's probably 10, 15 reasons why. A lot of us, we just buy the crypto, we want to be rich tomorrow. Think about shit, man. We are going to flip the whole world monetary system. There's a lot of people that don't want that, okay? Now, in the beginning, you had, remember I told you about the 3 little pigs, JP Morgan, Citibank, and Household Savings Bank. Those 3 little pigs were the biggest money movers in the world. So in the beginning, they wanted to stall all of this as much as they could. And if they aren't, and then eventually they started studying all. That's why JP Morgan got mixed up with Vitalik Buterin and doing all that crazy shit. And then JP Morgan came out with the Quorum technology and the JP Morgan coin and shit. See, these legacy banks were like, oh no. So they stopped wherever they could. They probably, one of those 3 probably started the lawsuit, slow it all down so they could be like, you know what? We've got to get into this. We're going to need a year or 2 to study the shit out of this. So that's what this whole lawsuit thing is just a stall tactic by the whales, JP Morgan, Citibank, and Household. I've been telling you this for only 2.5 years now. Those 3 banks have the biggest to lose. So once they're ready, then they back up and be like, okay, you guys can do this crypto shit now. We're all set up. Okay. That's what I think is really going on. If getting rich tomorrow is your goal, you're at the wrong place. Exactly. This is at an adult channel, adults only. Next, the Deutsche Börse Stock Exchange, which is Germany, and Swisscom, which is Switzerland, successfully piloted transactions for the settlement of tokenized securities. Check it out. Germany Stock Exchange and Switzerland, some of the most powerful in the world, right? They've already tokenized securities. Do you know this? I didn't know this. It means they're already putting shit on the blockchain. They're already running transactions. They know all this stuff's going to work. That's how this flip of the switch happens. When the green light comes, and I think it's coming in 4 to 8 months at the most. Germany, Switzerland, we can go on and on with all these. I talked the other day, MasterCard, this, that. Paxos is in. I'm going to keep reading, but when I get done with this, you're going to see, like, holy shit. The major power brokers of the world are all done, okay? We're waiting for the slow pokes, all the broke countries. I got to push my cheek against my teeth, or that cold water just sends a shockwave up into my brain. I'm telling you, it's just killing me. Oh, God, I'm in pain. All right. So you got the German stock market, the Swiss stock market. They've tokenized securities, okay? Microsoft launched the Azure Cloud blockchain, okay? And that's going to be used in a lot. So a lot of times if you hear they're testing, some countries or banks will tell you they're testing in the cloud. They don't tell you, though, but I'm telling you, Crypto Hulk's telling you, if it's in the cloud, it's Azure Cloud blockchain by Microsoft, and or Amazon has an extensive cloud as well. So these banks will try to be slick and say, yeah, we're testing in the cloud. And you're like, well, what cloud is that? I just told you, okay? Microsoft, or it's going to be an Amazon. Next, Paxos. Some of you guys have heard of Paxos. Maybe you've even bought the crypto. Paxos is a blockchain startup, and it got permission from, listen to this, the United States SEC. Well, wait a second, Crypto Hulk. I thought all cryptos are securities, and no, the SEC is lying to you. Okay, Gary Gensler is a complete fucking liar. All right. Paxos is a crypto, it's a blockchain, and it's a startup, and they got permission from the United States SEC, the same ones that are suing Ripple, and they got permission to process transactions in the stock market. Oh, it looks like the SEC's lying. Yeah. And if they're not lying, they're omitting, and they're not telling you everything. They're using crypto to process SEC trades. You know this? Hey, Gary, why don't you fucking comment on that one, you dick? All right? See, he won't tell you that. That stupid fuck won't tell you that. Crypto Hulk will. Let's go on to the next one. Wells Fargo. Now, they're not going to advertise this, but I will, because I got a big fucking mouth, all right? Wells Fargo plans to launch and I'll tell you before pretty much anybody, they're going to launch something called Wells Fargo Digital Cash. Oh, gee, Crypto Hulk. I've never even heard that from Wells Fargo. Yeah. My job is to use my big fucking mouth to tell you all this shit, all right? And check it out. Well, how are they going to do it, Crypto Hulk? Wait, now, don't get your undies in a bunch. I'll tell you right now. They're going to use blockchain based on Corda, which is R3, which is go out and buy XDC. Okay. And they used XDC for intra-group settlements. Oh, shit. I knew it, Crypto Hulk. I needed to get XDC. I'm sure glad I'm watching your show, Crypto Hall. Okay, Santander, who's a Ripple partner, I believe, out of Spain. Yeah, Spain's bank issued, here we go, $20 million in bonds and tokenized them on the Ethereum platform. So now we know that we've got stocks tokenized by Paxos, bonds tokenized as an experiment using Santander, who's a Ripple partner. I'm telling you, Joseph, whoo-wee, I'm on a roll. Hercules. German, here's the next one. Just going to show you another use case, in case you don't believe it. German Deutsche Bank joined the Interbank Information Network. So there's an interbank information network and an intra-bank network, okay? So Deutsche Bank in Germany joined the interbank information network based on the JP Morgan Quorum platform. All right. Next, MasterCard and XDC. Oh, XDC is popping up a lot, Crypto Hulk. I think I'm going to get some of that too. MasterCard in R3, which uses Corda, which is XDC, for cross-border payments. Oh, yes. Now, MasterCard is more for us people, so that'll be like retail, all right? So XDC is going to be used as retail in the future, along with XLM will be used for retail in the future. Just letting you know what's going to happen in the future, all right? Just in case you're wondering. Next, all these pilot platforms. Oh, here we go. Here we go. You need to take a listen. Well, Crypto Hulk, how is all this being done? Why don't we see them doing any of this stuff? All this testing and piloting. Where is all this done, Crypto Hulk? Well, I'm glad you asked the question. Let me answer you. All these pilot platforms that were originally created for private use were done using Ethereum. Oh, in the beginning, it's interesting, isn't it? Now Ripple admits to having a private ledger as well. But also remember, Ethereum came from Ripple. So the idea of Ethereum came out of Ripple. But after this initial use on the Ethereum ledgers and all that stuff, regulators, listen to this word, regulators. These regulators act like they don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm telling you, they know exactly, because Crypto Hulk's telling you right now, I caught him in a lie. Liar. Regulators transferred to the study of corporate platforms. So here's the deal with this Ethereum free pass and stuff like that. This is just my opinion. They needed a plan to save Western civilization. Ripple was working on payments and maybe things got slow or something because they were using R3 to help them with this and that. Now remember, XRP doesn't do everything. And along came a little schoolboy called Vitalik Buterin. No doubt the guy's pretty sharp, and he developed something that sparked the interest of some three-letter agencies. And I think they gave him a free pass, along with Bitcoin, which I think was one of the three-letter agencies. That's why our government has done nothing at all so far. Imagine that. Bitcoin coming of age in 2008, Ethereum 6 years later, 2014. No government agencies bust anybody. Have you noticed that? It's because they're working for the three-letter agencies. That's Crypto Hulk's take. So while other platforms on YT or these people need to go to jail and it's not going to happen. Okay, what Ethereum was, it was something that was supposed to help the United States move on to the next. They were working with the government. Now, what are they going to do, in my opinion, later is classify these as like utilities. They're going to move on. See, they have purposely not given any regulation or laws right now, Crypto Hulk's opinion, because our three-letter agencies are working with these companies to save America. And remember, you can't have the government involved running a bank. That's why the Federal Reserve is a private company. Got it? Oh yeah, Crypto Hulk, you're right. So technically, the Federal Reserve is separated. I'm just speaking. It's separated from our government. Okay, states' rights, division of powers. I mean, that's how our government. Now, in Russia, they control the bank. In China, they control the bank, and all these in different countries like that. In America, no, our government does not control the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve controls the Federal Reserve. Oh, so that's why everybody they have not deemed any of these cryptos anything because our government can't run banks. Got it? So our government has to act like, see, it's ninth grade drama, like I've been telling you. I've been telling you for 2.5 years, is all ninth grade drama class in high school. It's the senior year. It's around June 1st, and the kids want to have summer vacation. That means we want to moon. We want to go to the moon. So our government has to pretend that the elephant's in the room and nobody sees it, okay? So they can utilize all these fintech companies. Remember, our government can't invent shit. They always have to hire somebody to do it, okay? So they're kind of like using as contract workers all these crypto companies to figure out which ones can save the world. Now, once they figure all this shit out and they got it all working and everything, then you're going to see crypto regulations. Ripple becomes a bank or whatever. Maybe it doesn't, whatever. I don't know. The government takes part of Ripple. The Treasury takes the fucking escrow and shit. Then all of a sudden, you're going to see regulations and shit. And then, because once they determine what cryptos are what, then our government can't do anything with these because it would be against the law. It's not against the law right now for a secret three-letter agency to be working with any of these crypto companies because they're just companies, right? Now, once these crypto companies are deemed banks, money service providers, whatever it is, now the government can't, these three-letter agencies really can't do anything because that's really illegal, okay? But if there's no laws, then it's perfectly okay. Got it? So that's why Ethereum's getting this free pass because our three-letter agencies are using them to get shit done. Same thing with Ripple. What they're doing now is they're finding all these good cryptos, and the agencies have people working inside these companies. That's why these people go from also, like Michael S. Barr, we're going to talk about later. He goes from the Treasury, goes to work for Ripple, leaves Ripple, and goes to work for the Federal Reserve right now. Michael S. Barr is numbered. See what I'm saying? So our government plants these people in these companies. It makes it all look legit, That's what's going on. So don't hold your breath about Joseph Lubin going to jail or Vitalik. None of these people are going to jail, all right? But eventually, the cryptos, all of them will be determined to be something, and then maybe, let's say, Bitcoin and Ethereum become commodities. So now it's official. You flick the lights on. Everybody knows what the rules are, this, that. The three-letter agencies are all done. They all back up and secretly go back to their government offices, and everything's happily ever after. That's how this goes. Okay, next. Final statement. So now we're on page 4, ready to go into page 5. The title of this one is, there's a number 5, and it says final statement. conclusions of this research. Now, Russia's involvement in all this. The Bank of Russia project on cross-border payments. So the Bank of Russia studied cross-border payments. In 2018, the Bank of Russia, they use a laboratory, and it's called Novosibirsk. Novosibirsk, and that's where the Russian bank tests out technologies before they use them so they know if they work or not, okay? So here we have 4 years ago, the Russian bank was doing experiments at Novosibirsk. They tested the Ripple platform. Now remember, anybody can build on the Ripple platform. Nobody owns it. The world owns it. So it's not a mystery. Well, Ripple's working with them. No, anybody can build on the. I could go build an NFT and put it on the Ripple platform. So I mean that means nothing at all. And you wouldn't want my NFT, trust me. They tested the Ripple platform. It's open to the world and permissionless. The Ripple platform can be considered as the basis. Here's what they say. The Russians say the Ripple platform can be considered the basis for starting work on cross-border settlements. It says here, the Russians say you can use XRP for transfers of fiat technology. Russia has already studied all this and they already know what it is, okay? And they're probably ready to use it in some form of fashion. It says here the Russians use embedded cryptographic solutions on the Ripple network. So now we know officially from 4 years ago, the Russians are converting money on the XRP ledger and they're embedding cryptographic solutions on the XRP ledger as well. They're using it. Okay, here's the proof right there. Here's another thing they quote, determining cross rates. What is this? Determining cross rates for the international currency of Ripple using XRP. So here's what they did. They've used XRP already in international or interstate settlements. The Russians have already used XRP and know that it works. That's what they're saying here. After studying the XRP ledger, Russia invented their project. Here it is. It's called Master Chain. Russia studied the XRP ledger, and then after a certain period of time, they wanted to come up with their own for Russia, and it's called Master Chain. Bet you don't hear that one every day on people's programs. After studying the XRP ledger, okay, got that done. Where are we at as far as time? 33 minutes. Oh, snap. Shit, we're out of time, and I got like one more page. That's going to take 10, 15. That's not going to work. All right. So that'll be it for today's Russia article. We're almost done. Tomorrow's program, we will complete the Russian article or the report. We will talk about the significance of it and stuff, and then we'll move on to news articles. We could probably do that about 15 minutes or 20. Then tomorrow for the open show, I'll give you about 1 to 2 news articles, and that'll be it. So, I already did a disclaimer. You just showed up tardy. You were tardy for class. So with that, thanks for showing up, and we're going to move on now to the members only show, and that'll be it. That's a wrap.